Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it is time for my client Emma's vlog. And even though she started eating a little more, bringing calories back up, training a little rougher this week, she's had a lot of fatigue. We did a 3-second pause on the bench, and she found that a little bit tough, which tells us a little bit about what we need to do with her training and everything as far as getting that moving forward. So the other thing that we're having to look at is going to be her overall training volume. She's putting in a little more hours at work again now, a little busier in this phase, so we may need to adjust volumes. She had said, should we go to 3 days a week? And I'm like, no, we do 4. We just adjust your supplemental volume to make up for it, right? So that she gets in the amount she needs. We get in, we get out of the gym. Of course, I'm telling her I'm going to need a little more footage of some of the supplemental lifts, though, to make the vlogs. But when we look at what we're doing for supplemental work here on max effort press day, we do pause benching. We do pull-ups, right? We do pull-ups. We do, which you guys will see coming up here. And her pull-up strength is down a little bit. And I think some of it, again, her overall training volumes with lifestyle, I think we're starting to get a little bit fatigued, because a lot of times I run Emma on pretty high volumes, and she's getting a little bit of fatigue. So we need to again adjust the volumes, take her down really to the minimum volumes that we need to see progress. So we do pause bench, we do pull-ups, we do dumbbell extensions for her triceps, and I'm not sure, are we doing upright rows? I know we're doing them at some point in the week, but let me look and see if she's doing them. Yeah, we're just doing those on the other day. So we've been doing the upright rows on her speed bench day. So yeah, they're not in here on this one. So overall though, we're having to bring overall training volume down a little bit, right? We've got to bring it down, so that we can keep her where we need her. Although I've got her volumes considerably lower than they have been in the past, right? They are quite a bit lower overall, but I may, like I said, I may need to take them down one more notch just to keep her where we need to be, and look at it in terms of again, overall fatigue. What can she handle through a week, right? What can she handle through the week? So that's pretty much where we're at. As far as the lower max effort we did a cambered bar squat, although I think she had asked, hey, was this a little bit high? I'm like, yeah, it was a little bit high. And it sometimes happens when we use different bars, we transition different bars. Sometimes they'll be a little bit higher than we would like. And we follow that up with cambered bar good mornings. All right, we followed up with cambered bar good mornings, and we do some split squats. All right, we do a little bit of split squats. Reverse hypers, hanging leg raises, and we call it a day. But, as far as some of this goes, I'm going to have to look at it and see where we can trim volume out, because honestly, we may not be able to trim that much volume from what I have her doing. So I may need to just adjust some stuff just a little bit to kind of get her where we need her, so that we get enough volume but still managing her time good, managing her recovery. But max effort day, yeah, we do cambered bar good mornings and split squats, which she's also noticing a little bit of hip fatigue on those split squats. So again, we may need to rotate them out. Just a little bit. We might be at that point to where it just needs to be done. Because again, we can only handle so much weekly volume, and we're starting to see maybe some signs of overuse there. Although they were talking about getting a belt squat machine, which should help with some of that. But yeah, we're at a point though to where again, there's only so much volume we can really afford to trim out and still make any progress. And that's the thing that we deal with, unfortunately, when we're dealing with people with their lives. They've got a lifestyle's really good, we can push more volume, and then sometimes we have to bring it down and then look at it and say, okay, what is it that we need What do we need to keep moving forward and making progress? And I've rarely ever had to do that with Emma. I've rarely had to do that. So it'll be a little bit of a new experience, and then figuring out, what we absolutely have to have as our bare minimums in there. But hopefully they get the belt squat machine, which I think will help with that quite a bit. Then after that, she of course does hanging leg raises, and we didn't get any footage this week of the reverse hypers, which we also do. Right, they're a critical part of her training, and it's what we do to keep her low back healthy and to build glutes and everything. It's one of our most important exercises. All right, then we get over to our speed bench day, and she does, a standard protocol, right? We do a standard protocol where it's, fairly lightweight, a lot of band tension, and that's probably going to be what I need to do for her recovery, might be to where we take the percentages down just a little more on the speed work, right? And that's probably where we're going to have to make the recovery compromise and really go to full mat winning type approach to where we don't have that much weight on the bar, right? Where we don't have that much weight. But on this day, we do pull-ups, we do upright rows, and then we do some tricep work, right? We do a few tricep extensions. And I think that what we may need to do for Emma here is like replace the tricep extensions with dumbbell presses there, right? Reduce the intensity of the speed work, and balance out the overall volume just a little bit better. Might be what we need to do. It might be what we need to do. And I may take her upright rows in a little bit. She did mention that she can only go so wide and it gets uncomfortable on her shoulders. And it's like, well, it's not necessary for us to go wide. I go pretty narrow on them myself these days. And of course, after the upright rows, we do dumbbell extensions. Again, just working your triceps. And as I said earlier, we may only need to do the smaller tricep movements once a week. It might be all that we need. Might be all that's necessary. In her case with what we're doing. And then after that, we get over to her speed lower day. And we're always pretty consistent with that, with what we do. We're always consistent with it, with what we do. Again, we tend to do the safety bar work, right? We tend to do safety bar work. And so that might be, I might take her to the cambered bar as a back squat and replace those split squats for a bit. Just so, again, we save the shoulders. But, again, we do doubles against bands on the box squats. We're in a wave now to where she is doing sumo again, because I rotate for her waves of sumo and conventional. All right, that's what we do. And then she's following up with more split squats. That's what she's following up with here. And I'll let you guys finish watching that, but I hope it has been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.